Welcome back to Freedomfully, where we explore meaningful ways to enhance your retirement years. Today, we're talking about something that can transform not just your home, but your entire sense of well-being, creating your own sacred space. In retirement, many of us find ourselves searching for deeper meaning, peace, and connection. Research shows that seniors who engage in regular spiritual practices report 40% lower stress levels, better sleep quality, and greater overall life satisfaction. But you don't need to join a monastery or meditation center to experience these benefits. A sacred space is simply an intentional area in your home dedicated to reflection, prayer, meditation, or quiet contemplation. It's a place where you can step away from daily distractions and reconnect with what matters most to you. And the beautiful thing is, it doesn't require a lot of space, money, or even specific religious beliefs. Whether you have an entire room to dedicate or just a small corner by a window, whether you're deeply religious, spiritual, or simply seeking more peace in your daily life, you can create a sacred space that serves your unique needs and brings more tranquility to your retirement years. Today, we'll explore what makes a space truly sacred, walk through the practical steps of creating your own sanctuary, and discover how this simple addition to your home can become a cornerstone of peaceful, purposeful retirement living. Before we start arranging furniture or buying candles, let's talk about what actually makes a space sacred, because it's not what you might think. A sacred space isn't defined by expensive religious artifacts, perfect feng shui, or Instagram-worthy aesthetics. It's defined by intention. When you designate an area as sacred, you're creating a boundary between the everyday world and a space for deeper connection and reflection. Think of your sacred space as a refuge, a place where you feel safe, protected, and accepted exactly as you are. It's free from the demands of daily life, the ping of notifications, and the endless to-do lists that can dominate our thoughts. In this space, you're not a caregiver, a volunteer, a homeowner with responsibilities. You're simply a human being seeking peace and connection. Your sacred space can be deeply religious, broadly spiritual, or simply a place for quiet reflection and mindfulness. It might include religious symbols, spiritual texts, and prayer items, or it might simply contain objects that bring you peace, family photos, nature elements, inspiring books, or meaningful artwork. The key is intention. When you approach this space with reverence and purpose, when you use it consistently for reflection and renewal, it becomes sacred through your practice, not through any particular objects or arrangements. This is deeply personal work. Your sacred space should reflect your values, beliefs, and what brings you peace. There's no right or wrong way to create it, only what feels authentic and meaningful to you. The location of your sacred space is crucial to its effectiveness. You want somewhere that feels naturally peaceful and where you can practice regularly without constant interruption. Look for a spot that has some natural light if possible. There's something inherently uplifting about sunlight that enhances the peaceful atmosphere. A corner by a window, a quiet nook in your bedroom, or even a section of your living room can work beautifully. Don't worry if you don't have a lot of space. A sacred space can be as small as a shelf, a corner of your bedroom, or even a portable arrangement that you can set up and put away as needed. The size matters far less than the consistency of your practice in that space. Spend some time in potential locations at different times of day. Sit quietly for a few minutes and notice how the space feels. Is it naturally calming? Does it feel separate from the busy energy of the rest of your home? Trust your instincts. You'll know when you've found the right spot. Don't limit yourself to indoor spaces. A corner of your garden, a spot on your porch, or even a bench under a favorite tree can become a beautiful outdoor sacred space. Weather permitting, there's something especially grounding about connecting with nature during your spiritual practice. Once you've chosen your location, claim it intentionally. Even if it's shared space that serves other purposes, you can create boundaries through arrangement, timing, or simple rituals that signal when the space is being used for sacred purposes. Before you add anything to your sacred space, you need to clear it, both physically and energetically. This is about creating a clean slate for your spiritual practice. Start with the physical clearing. Remove any clutter, clean the area thoroughly, and create a sense of spaciousness. Even if your sacred space is tiny, it should feel unencumbered and peaceful. Clutter creates mental noise, and we want this space to promote mental clarity. Many people find value in energetic clearing as well. This might involve burning sage or Palo Santo, ringing a bell, playing singing bowls, or simply setting a clear intention for the space. The goal is to release any stagnant or negative energy and create a fresh, welcoming atmosphere. If burning herbs isn't practical in your living situation, you can achieve similar results by opening windows for fresh air, using essential oils, or simply spending time in meditation or prayer to set your intention for the space. Consider creating energetic boundaries around your sacred space. This might be as simple as a small rug that defines the area, or as elaborate as arranging furniture to create a sense of enclosure. The goal is to signal to yourself and others that this space is different from the rest of your home. Many people find it meaningful to formally bless or consecrate their sacred space. This might involve prayer, meditation, reading meaningful texts, or simply spending quiet time setting intentions for how you want to use this area. Take your time with this clearing process. It's not just about physical preparation, it's about mentally and spiritually preparing yourself to create something meaningful. When the space feels clear and ready, you'll know it's time to begin adding the elements that will make it truly sacred. Now comes the creative and personal part, choosing the elements that will make your space feel sacred and supportive of your spiritual practice. Comfortable seating is essential. This might be a meditation cushion, a comfortable chair, a small bench, or even a soft blanket on the floor. Choose something that allows you to sit comfortably for extended periods without distraction from physical discomfort. Lighting sets the mood for your sacred space. Soft, warm lighting is generally most conducive to reflection and peace. This might be natural light from a window, a table lamp with a warm bulb, candles, or even string lights. Avoid harsh overhead lighting that can feel clinical or distracting. Meaningful objects are what make your space uniquely yours. These might include religious symbols, spiritual texts, family photos, crystals, stones from meaningful places, artwork that inspires you, or plants that bring life and natural energy to the space. Natural elements can enhance the peaceful atmosphere of your sacred space. Fresh flowers, potted plants, a small fountain, stones, shells, or pieces of wood can help connect you with the natural world and create a sense of grounding and tranquility. Storage for spiritual tools keeps your space organized and functional. A small basket for prayer beads, a shelf for books, or a drawer for journals and writing materials helps maintain the peaceful atmosphere while keeping everything you need easily accessible. Your sacred space should reflect your personal beliefs, values, and spiritual practices. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. What matters is that it feels authentic and meaningful to you. For Buddhist or meditation practice, you might include a Buddha statue, singing bowls, meditation cushions, incense, prayer flags, or images of peaceful landscapes. A small altar with offerings like flowers, water, or fruit can enhance your practice. For Christian practice, you might include a cross or crucifix, your Bible or devotional books, prayer candles, religious artwork, or images of Jesus or saints that inspire you. Consider including a prayer journal or notebook for recording thoughts and reflections. For Jewish practice, you might include a menorah, prayer books, a talit, mezuzah, or images related to Jewish holidays and traditions. Consider including items that connect you to your heritage and community. For nature-based or secular spirituality, you might focus on natural elements like plants, stones, water features, images of landscapes, or objects that represent the changing seasons. Books on philosophy, poetry, or mindfulness can provide inspiration for reflection. Many people find meaning in blending elements from different traditions. This is perfectly acceptable as long as it's done with respect and genuine appreciation. Your sacred space should reflect your authentic spiritual journey, whatever form that takes. For family-centered spirituality, you might include family photos, heirlooms passed down through generations, children's artwork, or objects that represent your family's values and traditions. A sacred space is only as meaningful as the practices you bring to it. Developing consistent rituals and practices will help you get the most benefit from your sanctuary. Morning practices can set a peaceful tone for your entire day. This might include meditation, prayer, reading inspirational texts, journaling, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea while watching the sunrise. Even 10-15 minutes can make a significant difference in your daily experience. Evening practices help you process the day and prepare for restful sleep. Consider gratitude journaling, reviewing the day's experiences, prayer, gentle stretching, or reading spiritual texts. This can be especially valuable for releasing stress and finding peace before bedtime. Weekly or seasonal practices can deepen your connection to your sacred space over time. This might include deeper meditation sessions, studying spiritual texts, creating seasonal decorations for your space, or having longer periods of reflection. Simple techniques you can practice in your sacred space include deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, mindfulness meditation, loving kindness meditation, or contemplative prayer. Start with techniques that feel comfortable and gradually explore new practices. Your sacred space can be especially valuable during challenging times. Use it for processing grief, working through difficult decisions, finding comfort during illness, or simply taking refuge when life feels overwhelming. Having a dedicated space for these moments can provide crucial emotional support. Consistency is more important than duration. It's better to spend 10 minutes daily in your sacred space than to have hour-long sessions once a week. Build your practice gradually and be patient with yourself as you develop new spiritual habits. Let's talk about why creating and using a sacred space can be so transformative, especially in retirement when we have more time for reflection and spiritual growth. Research consistently shows that regular spiritual practices can reduce anxiety and depression, improve sleep quality, lower blood pressure, boost immune function, and increase overall life satisfaction. For seniors, these benefits can be particularly significant in maintaining both physical and mental health. Daily life improvements from regular sacred space practice include better stress management, increased patience and compassion, improved relationships, greater sense of purpose, and enhanced ability to cope with life's challenges and transitions. Social benefits can include deeper connections with family and friends, increased empathy and understanding, better communication skills, and often connections with like-minded spiritual communities. Your personal practice can enhance all your relationships. Legacy and meaning-making become increasingly important in retirement. Regular spiritual practice can help you process your life experiences, find meaning in your journey, and consider the legacy you want to leave for future generations. Creating your own sacred space at home is one of the most meaningful gifts you can give yourself in retirement. It's an investment in your spiritual well-being, mental health, and overall quality of life. Remember, the most important elements are intention, consistency, and authenticity. Your sacred space doesn't need to be perfect or elaborate. It just needs to be yours. Start with what you have, where you are, and let it evolve naturally as your practice deepens. Encourage you to start this week. Choose a spot, clear it with intention, add 1 or 2 meaningful elements, and spend just 5 minutes there in quiet reflection. Notice how it feels, and let that guide your next steps. If this video inspired you to create your own sacred space, please give it a thumbs up and share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear about your sacred space journey. Subscribe for more content on purposeful retirement living. Until then, may you find peace in your sacred space and joy in your spiritual journey as you keep building your freedom fully.